Hi everyone, welcome to the spring 2023 semester. I'm Dr. Raft, but call me Dr. E. My last name can be a little confusing with the spelling. And I'm excited to welcome you into this semester, whether you're in a composition course or a literature course. I'm excited to get to know all of you, but thought it might be helpful to do just a quick kind of run through and offer some reminders so that you feel like you're ready to go on the first day or perhaps maybe the second day of courses. So what I'll do is just go to our LSC Online website, to D2L, just some places to make sure that you're familiar with, or if it's been a while since you've taken a class with us, just to remind you of some of these places. So I'm going to go right to it. Here is our LSC Online website. This is a good place to bookmark just because it has, important and useful information and links that might be useful to you as a student. At the top, I always suggest that you go to the My Lone Star link just because it takes you directly to, log into your account and access that information. But one thing I do want you to note is that anything LSC related that you're working with online, you'll want to use either Chrome or Firefox, or maybe even Safari if you really have to, but Internet Explorer, if there's anybody out there with Internet Explorer still, not great. Chrome is actually the best browser to use, and even with Chrome, you're going to want to clear your browsing data often because sometimes I'll struggle to get in. Why can't I get into this class? I have to clear my browsing data and then everything works again. So something to just kind of keep in the back of your mind should you ever run into initial issues with anything related to LSC. All right, so if you go to My Lone Star, you're going to log in with all your information, but this is another good place to get familiar with because it does have the contact information for the Office of Technology Services. This is their phone number. Maybe put it in your phone because I guarantee that for some of you, you will have issues with D2L. And it's just an imperfect platform, but the people at OTS are very familiar with it, and they can often, while you're on the phone, solve the problem. Sometimes there's just a glitch where it's not letting you upload an assignment, and they can click something and it's fine. So just make sure that you are prepared to do that. I am not an expert, so I'm going to be really sympathetic for any issue that you're dealing with, but I'm not the person to contact because I won't know what to do. I will tell you to go to OTS because that's what I do when I have any kinds of issues. All right. So once you log in, you'll see some different tiles. Mine's going to look a little bit different, right, because I'm faculty, but you'll have your student email here and then your LSC Online tile right there. It's a good place to kind of stop and make sure that you want to keep in mind that there's the difference between your student email and then your D2L email. You're going to have some professors whose sole method of communication with you is going to be that student email. It's the my.lonestar.edu address. And then you'll have professors like me where I communicate through D2L email. And that's just because we're in D2L all the time. And there are ways that you can forward your D2L email to your student email. All of that is to say, don't email any of your professors from your personal email addresses because chances are it will hit our firewall. It will never get to us. It's a big headache, so avoid. All right, so employee email is what you see here, but it will be student email, right? And then if you click LSC Online, it will take you to a kind of unnecessary page where you have to click a kind of unnecessary tile. Once that opens, stand by. You have to click this tile, and then that will take you to, you'll see all the tiles for your classes. Again, yours is going to look a little bit different. I'm actually going to go into a previous class just so that you can get a sense of what ultimately your class area will look like. I build it as the weeks progress, so it looks a little bit bare right now, but I want you to see what it looks like when everything is kind of ready for the semester, right? So this is a composition course from previous times. Here are announcements. Anytime I post announcements, I'm going to, it's right there, and it will be reminders, it will be information that needs to be updated, anything like that. So when you log in, make sure you're taking a look at those announcements. This is particularly important for those of you who may check D2L with your phones if you're using the Brightspace or Pulse app. It's very imperfect. It doesn't have all the functionality that you would have if you actually log in on a device other than your phone. So just make sure you're keeping that in mind, because often you won't see these announcements. So just keep that in mind. The content area is the space you'll want to get familiar with, whether you're in a comp course or a literature course. This is where you'll see the different weeks. If I scroll down, week 1, all the weekly information and assignments will be here. So make sure that the content area is on your radar. There will be this Start Here module, which just kind of gives you the quick access to information like the syllabus, the textbook, all of that. But then on the left-hand side, you'll see also book information. There's a section on student success, if you need technology support, academic support, MLA help for any of us, any of our courses. There's going to be materials and links here for you, as well as D2L help in technology. This is really important. What I really want to emphasize to you is this link right here, and I will provide this and some other helpful links in an email to you, as well as the book information. Sent one out previously. I want to send you just another gentle reminder about purchasing your book and getting started for the semester, so I'll include some of these helpful links there as well. But VLAC, or the Virtual Learning Assistant Center, is incredibly important. Get used to this, bookmark this, because this has all the information you need for being a student, especially in online learning. So this is where you'll want to go and get used to just how to access different information. This has directions on how to do some of these things, like upload an assignment, what to do at the start of the semester. Just make sure that you're keeping this in mind. It also has quick links to the librarian if you want to chat, or the service desk, which is also pretty important. There's a link here for OTS resources, and I'll include that in the email to you. If you click on this, you want to make sure that you're familiar with how to get software. You need to download the Microsoft Office Suite. I'm telling you, download the full version of Microsoft Word. Do not just use the online version with Google Docs or anything like that. It just doesn't have the same functionality. So download that. It's free to you as a student, so why not? Here's a place to access your email, reset your password, any of the things you need as a student that are related to technology. That's going to be right here. Okay, so make sure that you're keeping that in mind. If I'm going back to our D2O class area, on the left-hand side, we still have, the syllabus schedule and rubrics. So just play around with this in the first week, right? Get used to where things are located, as well as the discussion area. And then assignments. Okay, so those are kind of the main places for our courses. I do want you to also consider keeping some sort of schedule. If you are getting to a point where you feel overwhelmed when it comes to all of these classes, and many of you have multiple responsibilities, you are parents or you're caregivers, or you work more than one job, or any of those things, or you're just a full-time student taking a lot of classes, things can start to feel like they're moving very quickly. So make sure that you're considering something like keeping a digital schedule, or if you're more of a bullet journal person or to-do list, find some way to make sure that you, because I think the biggest struggle students have when they connect with me is they say, I just don't have enough time. This will help you just keep an eye on those things that are coming up, those things that you need to make sure that you're aware of and remembering. Additionally, I want you to note that when it comes to taking online courses, let me pause for just 1 second. Sorry, when it comes to taking online courses, it's normal to feel overwhelmed in the first 1 to 2 weeks. That's normal. You're getting used to what my class looks like versus what this class, and you have all of these different styles going on with different professors, different expectations, different assignments. The first 2 weeks or so can feel like a lot. That's normal. It's okay. If you're still feeling that way into the 3rd week, into the 4th week, please make sure you're getting in touch with me, you're getting in touch with your other professors, so we can kind of see if there's a way that we can move forward. We want you to be successful. And so oftentimes that means making a plan with you. So you can reach out to me via email. You can set up an appointment to meet with me via WebEx, or if you want to meet, if you're local, if you want to meet at the University Park campus, whatever's going to be the most helpful to you. So This is just a quick kind of walkthrough. Make sure that you're finishing the online student orientation if you haven't already, and that you're also ready to go, ready to log into our course area when the semester begins, because we're going to hit the ground running. We have work to do, so good luck this semester, and let me know if you need anything.